Bueno, soy Bruce, hago tablas hace muchos años, empecé en Australia y fui a Europa y luego pues llegué aquí a Chile en el 99. En los años 90 estuve en Ecuador yendo a montañita, 92, todos los inviernos europeos hasta 98. 98 pues fui con la Federación de Surf de Ecuador, invitado a un campeonato en San Cristóbal, en Galápagos. Y es una isla pequeñita y tiene un par de olas muy buenas. Pues llegamos por la tarde, más o menos, la tarde es un pueblecito pequeñito. Dimos una vuelta, dejamos las cosas en un hotel y dimos una vuelta de un mini pueblo para ver lo que hay, ¿no? Y andando por el pueblo, pues por las calles y esto, y de repente escuché una voz: "Hey Bruce, you want a beer?" Y miro por atrás y ahí había dos australianos que estuvieron en Mundaca. Yo viví en Mundaca, en País Vasco, en España, muchos años. Y ellos estuvieron conmigo en 87 hasta 92. Y después de 92 ellos volvieron a Australia y empezaban a viajar por Chile. Entonces ellos estuvieron ahí en Galápagos y me dijeron hablando, quedamos ahí como 2 semanas y Craig me dijo: pues, joder, si estás aburrido de ir a Ecuador, es que ven a Chile, ven a Pichilemu. Hay pocos surferos, hay muy buenas olas, el agua está un poco fría, pero hay muy buenas olas, está barato y hay buena gente y esto. Entonces, el siguiente año, en vez de ir a Ecuador, pues en 99, pues vino aquí, a Chile. Quedamos más o menos todos los surferos y viajeros instalaron en el Hotel Chile España, era o es del madre de Cristian Marello. Pues todos quedaban ahí, gente de Australia, Argentina, americanos. Era muy barato y muy bueno, era como un centro social más o menos. Todo el mundo quedaba, yo qué sé, un mes o 2 o yo qué sé, o 3 meses o lo que sea. Entonces conocías mucha gente. Y hicimos, bueno, un grupo de amigos australianos, ingleses, americanos que gustaba el Chile y esto, y todos los años volvimos y hasta hoy en día, 25 años después, pues siguen viniendo. Algunos viven aquí o están casados y otros pues vienen todos los veranos como siempre, hace 25 años. Hago tablas de Fishman aquí en Chile. Empecé más o menos los primeros años que vino a Chile, es que trabajaba mucho en el taller en Europa, en España, en Mundaca. Y vine más o menos para surfear y descansar y eso, viajar por Chile y esto. Y pues igual hace como 10 o 12 años, pues con amistad con Elvis Muñoz, Manzana 54, una de las primeras escuelas aquí en Chile. Elvis es mítico del surfero de aquí, de Pichilemu. Pues veo me dijo: bueno, va, joder, huevón, si quieres hacer tablas, pues hacemos un taller en su terreno. Pues ese es el taller que está aquí. Lleva como 10 años aquí. Porque estoy aquí por las olas y ahora pues olas, haciendo tablas. También tengo un par de hijos aquí. Llevo las últimas 5 años, antes de pandemia, pues iba a hacer mi matín. Y entonces pues cerré el negocio en España, en Europa, cerré permanente y me quedé aquí permanente todo el año. Entonces llevo como 20 años aquí de veranos y ahora pues 5 años permanente. Así pues pasando bien y cogiendo buenas olas y con buena gente y así. Your new surfboard? It's for you?
Yes.
And you're shaping it?
Yes.
What have you been doing with the sanding block? Show us what you've been doing. The one at the end of that one, yeah. Show us what you've been doing to make the bottom flat. What are we going to paint it with? What colour is it going to be?
Rojo, como Rayo McQueen.
Yeah? And what number's Ray McQueen? 96 or 46 or something, isn't it?
96.
96. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to paint it red with like Ray McQueen's car. Hey, I'm Bruce Smith. I am from, or was, or whatever, from Perth in West Australia. That's where I grew up and where I learnt to surf. I learnt to surf at Cottesloe Beach in Perth. I caught my first wave at a little reef break called Slimy when I was about 10 years old with a friend, Peter Gadsden. I enjoyed that first ride and kept at it. At the beginning, obviously pretty hard, but you know, when you're a little kid, you kind of learn pretty quick. I actually started kind of shaping my first board when I probably shaped it when I was about 12 years old. My dad, he worked for this company, TNT Refrigerated Transport, and they had in their big warehouses, refrigeration warehouse, they had huge blocks of EPS foam. So he'd brought some home, and I'd cut out little belly boards and that and put fins in them, and we'd go off to the little beach break around the corner from the summer house and kind of throw ourselves into a few wind waves and that. And then I actually shaped a 5-foot one out of the EPS, out of the styrofoam. And I was really happy, stoked, went down to the beach with my mum, and on the second wave that I caught, I stood up on it and I fell straight through the middle because it didn't have a stringer in it, obviously. So that was kind of my real kind of beginning. I was always interested in, you know, kind of shaping boards when I was young. Then when I was 16, with a mate at school, it was last year at school, and it was like May in 1977, we kind of, my mate, he had a book on how to make a surfboard. So decided we'd make a surfboard. So went down to, there was a local warehouse that had all surfboard materials and that, and so went down there and bought a blank and some resin and some fiberglass and that. Kind of read the book, the steps how to do it. So we kind of nobody would show you anything, so it was just read the book and experiment by yourself. So it took me like a week to shape the board, because all I had was I didn't know about electric planers and stuff like that. So I just had a wooden block and 40 grit sandpaper. It took me a week after school every day to shape this board. It was like a 6'6" by 20 single fin. In those days there was only kind of single fins around. Glassed it up in white pigment, made the fin myself, a purple fin, and went surfing on it, and it actually worked, which was pretty good for your first board. So the thing that actually worked kind of made me, yeah, okay, a few friends tried it and they liked it, so I went, oh yeah, okay, I'll make another one. So that's how it kind of started off on one, and then made more for myself, then for my brothers, then you know, friends, and then people used to come around to my parents' place out of the blue. That's where I was making them, in the garage in Netherlands at my parents' place. Out in the backyard, neighbours started complaining, resin fumes and dust and shit like that. So, so we actually kind of got kicked out by the town council. So I had to move to like friends who rented houses kind of close down to the beach and that. You know, one guy gave me his garage to glass in his backyard, and other mates kind of gave me like underneath their house to set up a shaping boat. So off I went. I finished school, told my old man that I wasn't going to university. I was just taking 1 year off to know what I wanted to study, and I'm still on that 1 year off 47 years later. It has been a great 47-year adventure. I have made, like, probably shaped maybe hand-shaped over 16,000 surfboards. I have shaped probably a lot in Spain, France, Portugal, England, United States. I went over there for a few years, shape over there, Ecuador, and now in Chile. Been down here for about 5 years. The last time I went back to Australia, maybe 2 years ago, you know, take my kid Martin to go and see his grandparents, because they were kind of pretty old and that, so I thought it was time for them to meet their grandson, and for Martin to meet his grandparents are pretty important and that. And I was making some boards, some retro boards. Odyssey was it was my brand name like 40 years ago in Australia. I was making some boards at this factory, and this guy came out there one day with this surfboard here, which is one of the first boards that I made in the garage of my parents' place. And this board, this is exactly what I was kind of riding. It's a Stinger twin fin. It's pigment. That's how the colours were in those days. You didn't spray on the boards, pigment, nice resin pin line. I was quite amazed at how good it is for 47 years. The stickers here, coconut surfboards, I drew them up by hand with a rotary pen. The same down here, coconut surfboards, Cottesloe, Bruce Smith Designs, twin fin, Stinger twin fin. It's looking pretty good. So I am going to get back on this, even though Martin says it's his surfboard. But I will get onto it. This is like probably about maybe the 25th or somewhere around there, 30th board that I made. So I rescued that in Australia for my collection and brought it over here, sand the fins off and for transport, and brought it back here to Chile. I'm so happy that I found this, or the guy found me. I'm stoked. That's one of the first boards I made. Now this is the board that Victoria's been making this document about. This is from basically one of the first to now, like 47 years later, the last one that's come out. This is a fun board, hybrid-y fun board, 7/8. Nice pigment, bit of pigment swirls in it. We polished up the bottom this morning. That'll go to the highest bidder, whoever wants that. And what we've got here in the middle, because Victoria's from Argentina, I was in Argentina in 1990, like a few years ago. And this is what I took. I had this in Spain. This is made in like 1989, 1990. It's it was my small wave board back then. It's a Bonza 5-fin. Kind of a revolutionary design for the 70s. This was the first Bonza that I actually made, like 89 or 90, and I took this down to Argentina and had some great waves at Necochea and Miramar, and kind of a half secret spot past Necochea called Cueva de Tigre. It was really good. These couple of blokes took us down there, and it was had a great time in Argentina and filled my stomach up with a lot of Tira del Sal. So that's kind of where I've come, kind of a long way, over 47 years, from Perth, West Australia, off to Europe and America and Caribbean, and kind of around the world shaping. Now we've kind of been here for the last 5 years with Martin, my kid, and another kid, and Francisca. Down here in Chile, I've been coming here since 1999, for about 25 years. Great waves, water's a little chilly, but the waves aren't too crowded, and I'm having a great time. It's kind of like surfing in the 70s or in Australia. Hopefully I will be keep on shaping until I'm not here, until I'm under there somewhere. Okay, well that's it. Cheers. Hey Martin, how are you doing? Pretty good? Yeah? Which surfboard of these is yours?
This one.
That one's yours? Huh? You like that one?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's so cool. I'm so stoked that you like that, because that was one of my first surfboards that I made when I was I was a little nipper, but I was a bit bigger than you. But that came from your grandparents' house when I used to make them there in Australia, yeah, in Perth. Huh? So I hope that you're going to catch a lot of waves on that, and we're going to go surfing together a long time. What do you think?
Good.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good on you. Huh?